Okie dokie. Hi guys, Dave in Texas. This is for Debbie. She bought a Rickenbacker Chinese fake, one just like mine. A few things I wanted to tell her. Debbie, you're going to need to change out the tuners. The only thing you really need to change out on the guitar, because the rest of it works, okay for it if you're just plinking around and having a good time with it. Recording with it, big difference. Requires a whole different set of everythings. Uh, Grovers, they're $80. They're easy to change out. You just drill a bigger hole into the uh, post hole there. Uh, you can do it by hand without drill press with a drill if you're just careful with it. Follow the same angle that the original ones are on, and just put the screw in. You're done. Uh, since I just use this for recording, I didn't even bother filling the holes afterwards. Like, who cares? It's not going to change the tone up any. Now, what we're after here is to explain to her about guitars and guitar bridges. Each guitar design has a different style, has a different bridge dimension. This one, I don't remember what it is offhand, but how you measure it, Debbie, is from center point to center point. I'm going to point those out to you. Since I still have the bridge on and the strings on, let me make it real easy. See that screw there I'm pointing at? The center of that screw to the center of this screw. Hold on. Damn camera. Where are you? I've lost. There it is. The center of that screw would be center point to center point on that bridge. Right? From the center of each screw is the center line, and that would be the measurement of the bridge to replace it. So, you take out a set of dial calipers, right? Hold on. These are dial calipers, digital calipers. If you don't have a set of these, if you didn't have a set, can't borrow a set, a good 64th, a ruler divided in 64ths will do. Okay? Now, bear with me, I'm doing this with one hand. But from center point to center point, there's your measurement. 2 and 13/16ths. If it's in 30 seconds, is 26 or 52/64. Right? That's the measurement of the center point to center point on this bridge on this guitar. Right? Now, why do I change these out? And I don't like Gibson or even Tune-o-matics. The design is they have a piece of sharp V-shaped metal called the saddle that these strings rest upon. You see these strings? When you start pulling and bending these strings, the way they're shaped and the way they're made, they're flat woven, right? That V-shaped metal will cut into that string and break it sooner or later, and of course it screws up the sustain as well. These do not do that. Alrighty? These do not do that. On this guitar are TV Jones pups. Now, when you start changing out pups, that's also another issue. You got to measure 4 different measurements to make sure that whatever you're putting in there will fit. Because not all pups will fit all guitars, and you can't make them fit. And one of the biggest measurements you have to make sure of is that the strings are over the sound rods. See how these strings go over the rods? If they didn't, you wouldn't pick up the sound. Right? Now, yes, these rods are adjustable. You can go up and down with them, right? Up and down. On the pups themselves, they're adjustable. Up and down. So if your bridge is not sounding too well, you can adjust it closer to the strings with that screw and that screw. The center screws will raise or lower the pickup. Same as on this. Get too much bridge tone on both pups working, lower the bridge pup. Make the adjustment. Inside this guitar, all Gibson parts. Gibson 500Ks. The best I think are that are made. Orange drop. What's it called? Orange drop caps. What else? Diodera strings. Now, as I said before in all the videos I'm making on these fakes, you can make a solid body guitar sound like any other solid body guitar with the right parts. I'm not the one that came up with that. Variax came up with that years ago. Variax Line 6 came up with a guitar that sounds like 16 other guitars just like them. You want a 1959 Les Paul? Turn a switch on a Variax, you'll get it. Their newest ones sound just like them. You don't have to buy a $500,000 guitar to have one sound like one. You pay $1,400 for a Variax, it'll do just that. Right? Now, this guitar is a semi-hollow. Just this section here of this guitar on the side here, around the sound hole, is hollow. It's got a big piece of sound block behind this neck here, runs all the way down to the bottom of the guitar. You cannot make a semi-hollow or a hollow body guitar sound like any other semi-hollow or hollow guitar. It just doesn't happen. I've tested this one. I've tested another one I tried with Gibson parts. Didn't come close. The test machines say, nope, wrong, you lose. Why? The tonal woods are different. The neck positions are different. The internal body design is different. It's just all different. And on a guitar, some of the tone depends upon how it's built inside. It's like an acoustic. You can't match it note for note unless you do it exactly the way the other one was done. Right? Well, these are Chinese. These are not American. These are not American made. Now, will you have a great time playing your Rickenbacker? You should. Are you gonna have some problems with the tuners? Yep. I already told you that. You're gonna have problems with those. Okay. Will you have problems if you want to lower the action really low, like a pro would lower their action? Yes, you're going to have some problems. You'll have to dress the frets. In other words, take out a guitar fret dressing tool, which is a file, and dress it down so they don't buzz. But, if it was a little bit buzzy, you can raise that bridge with these screws here. See that screw? Raise the bridge slightly, whichever's buzzing. Raise the other side too. Get the buzz out. Mine's lowered very low. It's like 4/64 on the bass and 3/64 on the treble side or the high side. So it's very low for fast action. But I use this guitar for recording. Do you need to put in new pups when you get your guitar? No, you don't. The ones that come from China are fine. They work. Will it sound like a real Rickenbacker? No. But then again, you're not paying $2,000 for one either. Will it sound good? Yeah. You're going to make that thing rock out all day long. And this one I like so much because with that hollow body, or semi-hollow, it's got a more soulful tone to it. Like I told you a million times before, Debbie, Rickenbacker, that bridge that you're looking at here, see how close this bridge is to the body? Just a little bit above it. Rickenbacker's way above that body, right? It starts way up here and it trapeze over the pups. Why? Because the pups are surface mounted. These are deep inside the guitar. You raise those up 2 inches, they hit the strings, right? So you have to have an elevated bridge to go over the elevated pups, and you have to have a neck to do the same thing. Now, this neck on this is a set neck, just like the Rickenbackers. But, see the heel? That part here, that little curved part here, the back flat part is the heel. You're going to have to add like 1 inch, 2 inches to that heel to get it to go above the neck high, or the body enough to go over the top of the pups with the strings. Is it worth doing it? Really, I could do it, but I started thinking, man, that's a job. Take it off, reset it, drill and dowel those added pieces, paint it back up again, or whatever I want to do with it. No, it's not worth it. I wanted to buy some jangle pups put in here to sound like the Rick Jangle, that Beatles sound. And I found out you just can't do it unless you build yourself a Rick. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy one either because I don't, I would want to play it once every 6 months. It's just not worth it for me for $2,000 to play it and let it sit there for 6 months, And Sugar Bridges got a limit on me that I can keep 10 guitars in my office at the house at any good time, and beyond that, she'll throw a fit. The rest of it's got to go in storage, so it actually take up the place of one of my guitars I'd be playing more often if I bought a real Rickenbacker and just sit there most of the time. So I'd play the shit out of it the first week I had, and then just sit. Anyway, David texts me questions. Before you buy any parts, Debbie, hint, hint, give me a holler. I'll be more than happy to help you. Bye. Have a good time with that Rick, and send me pictures, Debbie.